Welcome to the Beauty in Battle podcast, where we talk about winning in marriage by waging a war. I'm Jason Benham. I've got my girlfriend / wife, Tori Benham, with me, and we are here to talk to you about how Satan tries to get you to fight face to face with your spouse, but God designed you to fight shoulder to shoulder against Satan so that you can win in your marriage. Fighting together draws you together. We cannot wait to jump in. So here we go. So today we're talking about couples who sweat together, stay together. I mean, not really, but it's a fun tagline.
It's the beginning of the year, and we all need to get our butts in shape.
Yeah, we're talking about being physically fit. I mean, in all honesty, you're like, oh, this isn't a physical fitness podcast. This is a marriage podcast. Well, I mean, think about it. If you're not physically healthy, then you can't be the spouse that you need to be.
Absolutely.
You know, so if you're having a hard time breathing when you're bending over to tie your shoe, well, that's a problem.
Or if you're sick all the time, or if you're low energy. I mean,
that's exactly right.
Our health is so important to our relationships.
So Tori and I were talking about a podcast to do for you guys, and we thought, well, what are we doing right now that's actually good for us? We thought, yeah, you know what? One thing that we're doing is we're kind of on the same page in terms of what we're going to eat, how we're going to work out, and all those things, and it's just. It's something that's been drawing us together.
Yeah.
And we've enjoyed it.
In January, typically, we're always, kind of taking a pause and thinking about what our visions are and what our goals are. And we always come back to, okay, time to get back on track. We got a little off track over the holidays. What are some of our goals for the new year? Yeah. And, so that we've been talking a lot about this. And I think a lot of people are talking a lot about this because our gym is full of people in the last week. And Allie, my daughter, she's in Florida, and she said the same thing. She's like, I've never seen so many people in the gym. And so I think we're all thinking on the same page here.
And see, for Tori and I, what we're talking about is, when we say sweat together, stay together, look, we understand the reality of life is that you might be in a stage where you guys can't work out together,
which was our stage for a long time.
Yeah.
When I first started working out, it was after Lundy was born. And you had to go, I think you went to the 6 a.m. class.
Yeah.
And I went to the 7.
You went to 7:30. So
7:30, that's right.
We would, I would jump out of the ring and tag you, and then you would go.
Yep. And that was the very beginning. We did that for several years. Then finally we, like, after I don't know how many years, we worked it out to where we could do it together. And I like that a lot better.
But here's the fun of that, though. Tori and I were both on the same page. We were CrossFit, so we're always going to do the same workout. But if you guys aren't doing the same workout, it doesn't matter. You're both concerned with health. It gives you something to talk about. It puts you on the same page in the same lane. You're moving towards something. If you're both eating healthy, then try to get on the exact same, diet. Well, I should not, diet is for fat people. Like, lifestyle change is for people that want to stay physically fit. So whatever you're doing to eat, like husband and wife, if you're going to agree, we're going to go gluten-free for a period of time, or we're going to go gluten-free forever, or we're going to go, for Tori and I, and we'll share our little plan that we've got. We're going 40 days, no sugar. Although I just ate a Nugo bar, which are incredible. Nugo. But they have some added sugar. Did you just eat
one again?
I did. I shouldn't have done it. I did.
You just told me yesterday that you were going to eliminate those from the new year.
But the way to eliminate them is to eat through them, because once they're gone, then they're gone.
Our kids will eat them, babe.
Oh, they will?
You don't have to make the sacrifice.
Well, looky there. Looky there, guys. I just discovered
they
something.
They are amazing. They taste like candy bars.
Yeah.
And the reason they taste like candy bars because they have 14
added sugars.
A lot of added sugar.
It's not good.
More than we need.
I didn't realize that. But anyway, you know what? Before we dive in to talking about what we're looking at for staying physically fit, as a couple, I want to play a song. Now I'm on this Brandon Lake kick. So if you listened last week, Brandon Lake, Christian musician, worship guy. And what I love is that he jumped over and did an actual full album on love songs.
Yes.
So cool.
He's so good. I think we mentioned last week, Allie went to Passion, our oldest daughter, 19, went to Passion, and she's like, this guy is amazing.
He is.
And she's been sending us all these songs, and in the midst of all these worship songs comes this amazing love song. We shared it with you guys last week, and then we found he has a
whole album.
not a love album. What do you call that?
I love
A
album.
relationship.
I don't know. Whatever it is. But he's got this really cool song called Almond Eyes. And I didn't even know what almond eyes were, but Tori explained to me, like your eye is in the shape of an almond. I'm like, oh, okay. So he's talking about how he loves his wife's eyes. And I put it at halfway through the song because he talks about almond eyes and how he loves them and wishes time could stand still. But then he talks about their 2 boys that they prayed for some wild boys and God sure gave it to them. And I was like, this song is rocking. So it's called Almond Eyes by Brandon Lake. Here you go.
Almond eyes, our boys look just like you when you make them smile. Prayed for wild boys and boy did we get wild. But I would never change a thing.
Dude's got a voice.
Except that time could slow down.
If time could slow down, Tori, things would be great. And you know what else you need to do? Whenever we play these songs, you need to slow down the playback speed, because if you try to listen to these songs at
That's so
2
true.
speed, it sounds terrible.
The Chipmunks.
I just realized that the other day. I'm like, you know what? People are listening at 1.5 speed, 2 speed, which most people do. And then you try to listen to these songs and it just does not sound right.
That's true.
So right before the song, you guys listen, go to 1 speed.
Yeah, slow down.
Go to 1 speed. Okay. Now let's jump in talking about physical fitness and nutrition in terms of marriage. This is why I love this. When both of you are committed to health, it gives you guys a shared activity that draws you guys close together.
Mm-hmm.
Being fit involves suffering. So just remember this. Abs are made in the kitchen. Okay. No amount of working out is going to get you the core you want, right? Yeah, you got to get strong in your core and do all sorts of workouts. Exercise is incredibly important. But if you actually want to see inches come off, you need to be thinking about the food that you're eating.
That is true.
So, but when you guys get into doing exercise and nutrition, it involves suffering. And shared suffering is the number one way to unite people. Number one. Rick Warren said in his book, A Purpose-Driven Life, there are 4 levels of unity. That you grow close with people that you study with, you grow close with the people that you share with, you grow close with the people that you serve with. But the greatest level of intimacy that you can have with another person, unity, is you grow close with the people that you suffer with.
Wow.
I've heard it said that when you get married, you put on 2 rings, the wedding ring and the suffer ring, right? Well, when it comes to physical fitness and becoming the healthy specimen that you need to be the husband and the father, to be the wife and the mother that God has created you to be, it's going to involve suffering. Mm-hmm. Now, when you're doing this with your spouse and you're on the same page, it draws you together. Mm-hmm. And doing hard things is really important.
We've
Dr. Gary Huberman. Is it Gary Huberman?
Huberman. I don't even know his first name. Dr. Huberman.
He's awesome.
Yeah, he is awesome. He's a neuroscientist. And man, if you have like a lot of time on your hands, go listen to his podcast. He really gets down deep into things, and it can be they get very lengthy. But I'm learning so much about willpower. I've been listening to some of his podcasts on willpower, and just there's a part of our brain, and it sounds like he's saying the anterior mid-singular cortex.
Yeah.
Okay, I don't know if I'm saying that right.
It doesn't matter.
There's a part of our brain that is responsible for our willpower. And now, as we've never been able to study the brain like we have in the last decade because of the new scans that can actually really go deep into our brain and see at a different level than we ever have before. And there's that part of the brain that is responsible for willpower. And what they're finding is they're doing all these kinds of studies to find out like what strengthens that part of your brain and what weakens it. And basically you strengthen it like you do a muscle, you do hard things.
Yeah.
Like it takes willpower is I absolutely will, or I absolutely will not. That's what willpower is. And so when you say I absolutely will, or I absolutely will not, no matter what, like if you make a decision to do something hard because of the result that you want and that you've decided upon, then you're strengthening that part of your brain
Yeah.
called the anterior midcingulate cortex. And
Yeah.
as they watch this part of the brain, the people who have the most healthy brains and the most brain mass, because as you get older, you lose brain mass, which is not good. Right?
Yeah.
You want to keep that mass up,
Yeah.
so that you can think and you can be your healthiest self. And so they're seeing that the healthiest people that have those that are the most healthy in that area of their brain are those that express willpower
Yeah.
on a daily basis or on a regular basis.
They're busting through hard things. They're doing it.
Hard things. And so as we're entering into this new year and kind of getting back on track, I'm kind of setting my intent on, okay, I can do hard things, and it's healthy for me. It's good for me. And when you and I have to say no to ourselves, it's building a part of our brain that is good.
Yeah.
And that is going to help us with our longevity, and we're going to live longer, and
You'll be healthier for your spouse. And here's the
and
thing.
your kids.
And it's so Tori, she wants to do this stuff that we're doing in terms of the nutrition, and we're doing a 40-day fast kind of thing. And the minute I jump into it with her, though, not only is her brain getting a workout in terms of she's busting through something and strengthening her willpower to do the hard things and all of that. And it's good for her body as well. But when I jump in with her, now all of a sudden it's good for our marriage.
Yeah, exactly.
Because suffering together draws you together. That's why we said sweat together, stay together, because it involves sweat when you're doing hard things like that. And so at the beginning of the year, that's why we wanted to talk about some fun physical stuff.
Yep.
So for Tori and I, here's just a simple little plan for us for 2024. To start off, we're going 40 days, no sugar. Although I just admitted that I had a Nugo bar.
No,
Was that
we got to
bad?
work on
Right?
that interior cortex of your brain to say no.
Okay. Thank you.
I'll help you.
That was
You
good.
need to be near me a little more during the day so I can
Okay. I'm with
watch
you on that.
this.
Also a commitment for me to intermittent fast of 16 hours. Tori is intermittent fasting of 12 hours because intermittent fasting, it affects a girl different than it affects a guy.
Correct.
Right. So,
And I need to start my day off with protein, and whereas you can go a little bit longer.
yeah.
And you're in that fat burning, which is healthier for you than it is for me.
Yeah. So I'm fasting 16 hours. So typically I stop eating around 6, 7 o'clock at night and then start at 10 o'clock, but working out between 9 to 9:30. So working out fasted so that it'll burn some of that fat that I want to burn. Now for a girl, it's different. So Tori,
Well, it's different for everybody.
Yeah.
I've gone to a nutritionalist and kind of figured out for me, it's probably going to be best for me to eat. I actually don't want to eat anything in the morning. So this is doing something I don't want to do. I have to actually use willpower to do that
To eat,
because
yeah.
I'm not at all hungry in the morning, but it's best for me to eat some protein in the morning
yeah.
as early as, as I can before I do the workout, which is really, really hard
Yeah.
for me because I hate working out when I'm full.
But what I'm talking about with this is, so Tori's doing her little nutrition thing. I'm doing mine, but for the most part, we're on the same page. We're going to cut down on gluten other than sourdough. I don't guess that really counts as gluten, but eating a pretty strict paleo diet, right?
Well,
And we're doing it together, and it's hard, but knowing that Tori's doing it with me is easy.
It's so much better
Yeah.
doing it together. And actually, our CrossFit gym does a challenge every January for 6 weeks, and they've changed it. Jess Pinkerton is one who leads it. She is one of the owners of the gym, and she's a nutritionalist, so she really knows
Yeah.
her stuff, and she's constantly reaching. And I love that she's always changing it because it shows me that she's constantly in learn mode. And so this year, it's I feel like it's so doable, and it's something that we really need to be doing anyways. And it's not necessarily paleo or keto. They've done that in the years past. This one is just, there's no sugar,
Yeah.
no alcohol, which we're not really
Not drinkers.
so that works out easy for us. And then no vegetable oils.
Yeah. That's kind of a hard one when you go out to eat.
That's honestly the hardest one because when you're out to eat, you have to be really mindful of that.
Yeah. I learned that chips and queso has vegetable oil.
Yes, it does. And a lot of things, a lot of salad dressings, Even the oils that people cook in when you go out to eat, you have to be like really,
Yeah.
it's really tough to go to places that don't use
To get
vegetable oils.
if you're going to go get a salad, you can get olive oil and then just put salt and pepper on it. Like there, you can guarantee there's no vegetable oil in your salad dressing.
Mm-hmm. And the whole thing is, the whole concept of not having oils is you don't want any seed oil because it's an inflammatory.
Yeah.
Just like sugar and alcohol, very inflammatory.
Yeah.
And so we're trying, all disease is,
Disease
well,
gained from inflammation.
from inflammation. Exactly. And so eliminating these things is we're going to be so much healthier. And then the next thing is half your body weight in ounces of water per day,
Yeah. Drink that.
protein with each meal.
Yeah.
This is
And
This is
I think
hard
she
for me.
said for a guy, it's like 6 to 8 ounces of protein every meal.
Yeah. So basically, the rule of thumb is the palm of your hand. So the palm of your
Yeah.
hand is clearly bigger than the palm of my hand.
Thank
so it's,
God I got a monster hand.
yeah. So you can eat a good size
Yeah.
piece of meat
Yeah.
at every meal.
You didn't marry a man with small hands.
Thank you. Okay. And
Sorry.
just want to say that one more time.
Yeah.
And then, so for you, it's how many ounces do you think?
6 to 8.
And for me,
That's
it's like,
because I don't have hands.
four.
I have toaster ovens.
Oh, okay. Jason's really excited
This
about
is
his hands right
fun.
now.
I love it.
A vegetable with at least 2 meals
Okay.
per day. Vegetables at least 2 meals per day, and then a 12-hour fast between evening and morning. So for me, like 7 to 7,
Yeah.
not eating.
I've never seen you eat at 7 o'clock in the morning.
That's
but-
good. That I know. I've got to
Get
Figure
you some
that one out.
chicken sausage. So our plan,
and then at least 30 minutes of exercise a day.
yeah, which is a great one. I mean, I'm just telling you, got to
Yeah.
get that heart rate up.
And it can be as simple as a walk, 30 minutes a day.
Yeah, that's where I was going, is that Tori and I were going to try this 40-day no sugar deal. We're doing this intermittent fasting thing. Obviously, we do CrossFit together every day. You know, if you can get to work out 3 times a week, please try to do that. But daily walks. That's another one. Daily walks. Just walk. Be active.
Mm-hmm.
And then something it's not hard for me anymore, but I would love to bring Tori through with me in the new year is stretch every single night. You have any idea how important stretching is?
well,
for the body?
We all do because we hear about it most every day
Oh, you don't hear about it. You see it.
and hear about it.
They see me as Gumby.
You're a verbal guy.
You guys remember Gumby?
Every time Jason's on the floor, he's like, "Do you guys know how amazing stretching is?" For
Yeah.
our kids.
While I'm showing my ham hocks
Our
to
kids
everybody.
all look at each other and start laughing because he's Gumby. He's stretching all the time.
But let me just say this one thing. Tori and I, our kids have picked up on a lot of our bad habits, but I can tell you one thing that they've picked up on that's a good habit is all of them now at the ages that they all eat crazy healthy and they all work out. And I look back and I'm like, that was one of the things that, Tori and I just always decided we're going to do. So Tor has good food in the house, always. None of the fillers and the stuff that has added sugars and stuff like that. And the kids watched us work out. And you know what? The things that are caught are far more important than the things that are taught.
Yeah.
So for a lot
so
of you,
true. And for so many years, it did not seem like that was true.
I know.
Like Jason and I ate healthy and we worked out for since the kids were little.
Yeah.
And when they were up until they were teenagers, they would not eat healthy. And
Yeah.
they were like constantly upset with the food that we had. And just like, everybody has better food than us.
Oh, yeah.
So-and-so, their pantry. It's embarrassing when people come and they look at our pantry, right?
Yeah.
And so we got a lot of pushback from our kids for a lot of years.
Yeah.
And a lot of, it was just, it was not easy listening to their belly aching that much. Especially me as somebody who just does not like conflict. I'm like, I can't stand the whining.
I wanted to lean into it and I'm like, yeah, but look at that kid, man. He can't even wear corduroys because when he walks, he'd start a forest fire. I could slap his leg and ride the wave in.
Oh, stop.
When homeboy jumps on a scale, it says to be continued.
We never, ever would do that. That's awful. And every one of our kids went through a super, super chunky stage.
Yeah, they did.
And I think that's probably played into the reason that they
Yeah.
do not, they want to eat so healthy is because they all, like right around before their growth spurt, they all got super chunky.
They look like the Stay Puffed Marshmallow Man. No joke.
Yeah, and it's okay when that's part of life. You go out before you go up.
Tori was chunky.
I was.
Good thing I didn't meet her when she was 12.
Mm-hmm.
She might not be Mrs. Benham.
Yeah, well, I don't think I would have gone for you as a junior hire.
She saw pictures of me and was like, ooh, really? I'm glad we didn't meet back then. That's really funny.
But yeah. And so anyways, going back to what Jason was saying, it is so true. It's better caught than taught, because finally it's caught up to them and they all have decided on their own, but it had to be their own decision. It had to be their own vision. And it finally has become, but yeah, you're right. It's one of those things that when you just kind of live it, it somehow rubs off on your kids.
Yeah. And you know what? When you're healthy, everything is better. Everything is better. You feel better. You feel better about yourself. You're not as anxious. You know, the breathing slows down. Everything is better. Okay. So what I did was I went and found this guy. He's on Twitter. His name is Dan Go. Disgusting fat body that turned it around. And now the dude is ripped out of his mind. It's at Fit Founder. And he said, here are 9 things that I wish I knew way back when that I would do completely different in my life that I do now that I wish I knew back then. So he listed these 9 things. And I was like, hey, you know what? This is actual practical stuff that I want to share on this. So for Tori and I, this is one thing that we want to try to work on. And a couple of these are pretty, they're convicting to me. Okay. So number 1, drink water. We all know that, right? But specifically 16 ounces upon wake up. You know, try to drink before a meal and don't drink until 30 minutes after a meal. Mm-hmm. It's really important. Like I don't even drink during a meal hardly at all.
You've done a really good job of that over the last couple of years.
Messes up your digestion.
I really want to lock in on that because my nutritionalist really backed that one up.
Yeah.
In my time with her, that it's like the way that your body breaks down food. If you water it down too much, you have these acids inside of you that breaks down food and it helps you metabolize the nutrients in that food and the protein in that food. But if you drink too much, it kind of waters all that down. It makes it hard to metabolize. So
yeah, see, there you go, Tor.
That's probably why I have such a hard time with protein.
She makes fun of me for eating without drinking anything. But so drink before you eat, and then up to 30 minutes after the meal, then you could start drinking. And then he says, drink water instead of snacking, which is huge because most of the time you feel hunger, it's actually dehydration in disguise. Just knowing that is very important. Okay. So especially on days where we fast, if we're going to do like a dinner to dinner fast, then, you know, lunch when you start feeling hangry or whatever, then that's actual hunger, not just dehydration. But if you suck down 16 ounces of water and pop some gum in your mouth, it will definitely help. You know, you get you chewing on something. Okay, so that's water. Number 2, eat similar meals each day. I've seen that this actually helps a lot back when I did meal prepping when I first started CrossFit, because he said that you're estimated of making up to 200 decisions each day in regards to your food. 200 decisions in regards to your food. So he's like, go the Steve Jobs turtleneck. You know, he took out all his decisions on clothes. So he just wore the same thing. And that relieves stress. And he said, do that with your nutrition. You take the guesswork out. You can control your calories. Now, I don't think you have to eat the exact same things. I mean, I'm married to an Italian. She's making a different meal, you know, every other night, which is fantastic. But I do think that some of your little snacky, like every single time after I work out, when I come back, if I'm good enough on my fast, then I'll eat, you know, what do I do? Like 4 eggs, some bacon, a quarter cup of oatmeal with an apple cut up and a little bit of blueberries, and I'll just suck that down. Of course, I mix them all.
Jason is a mixer.
You got to mix it. You know, I have met a lot of people when you put salt and pepper in there that have said that they've tried it and they loved it.
Really? Yeah, I can't get down with that one. But
yeah, it's sunny side up eggs, by the way. Okay, so eat similar meals each day. Number 3, observe the 3-2-1 method.
Okay.
This is good. 3-2-1. Okay. Stop eating 3 hours before bedtime. Stop drinking 2 hours before bedtime so that you're not getting up to use the bathroom and it messes your sleep up.
Yep.
And then stop screens 1 hour before bedtime.
Yeah, that's really good.
You know, so 3 hours, don't eat. 2 hours, don't drink. 1 hour, don't watch anything or be on your phone. Obviously, the phone is way worse than the TV. So, number 4, Drink your food. Okay, this one's convicting to me because what he's basically saying is chew it until it's liquid.
Oh,
Because then it helps
Yeah.
digestion. And I'm like,
Yes.
this guy's an idiot. He does not know what he's talking
no,
about.
that's what Jenna, the nutritionist, told me too. That you have to like chew it at least 20. Is it 20 times?
Yeah, it is
At
20
least 20
times.
times, which is a lot.
Yeah, but my
especially
jaw
for
starts to
you.
hurt.
Jason is the inhaler.
Yeah.
Like I don't know that he tastes the food half the time. So
Yeah. Well, let me just say this. If you guys ever come and do a marriage intensive with us, you'll enjoy eating with us, but I'm going to require Tori to talk to you guys for a little bit while I woof the food down.
yeah,
And then once that's over, then she eats and I talk. So here's a heads up to Kyle and Becca Quill, who are coming to spend a few days with us. Guys, just get ready. We're going to go eat some nice steak, but I'm going to be crushing it.
No, but we are taking on a new lease. You're going to be chewing that at least
Oh, that's right.
20 times.
That's
so.
right, because he said it.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to do it. Okay. That's what he means by drink the food. So
Mm.
I agree with him. It's just hard for me. So I'm going to have to work on this.
But this is how you have to be thinking like, this is how I'm going to get all those vitamins and minerals that are in my food,
Thank you, Tori.
right? We have to keep the vision in front of you.
She's believing in me, guys. This is great. I feel so filled up
You
right
can
now.
do it.
Okay, number 5, cut liquid calories. This one to me is like the easiest one for all of us. Just stop drinking empty calories.
Mm-hmm.
Like most of these high calorie drinks, they increase your appetite anyway.
Mm-hmm.
Like it just makes you hungrier. So when in doubt, drink water.
Yeah.
And you can add something to it. Like, isn't there like some crystals or something you can add to it? Like the element,
like
LMNT.
Yeah, there's different.
Add it and
Yeah.
it to make it taste way better, but it doesn't add all those calories. So
I like the Relight
Relight is good.
by Redmond.
Yeah.
That's a really good electrolyte drink.
So cut liquid calories. Number 6, add in some shakes, some protein shakes.
Mm-hmm.
So don't be scared of a good protein shake. I still think whole food is better,
Mm-hmm.
but a protein
So if
shake,
you're trying to
especially,
get protein.
yeah,
Right.
especially with Tori when she's focusing on her macros, she's got to get a certain amount of protein in. I'm not necessarily focusing on macros as much, but she's got to get the protein in. You're gonna have to start getting some shakes in order to get that much protein
Yeah.
because it's hard to eat that much chicken.
Yeah, you just got to get a really clean source of like whey protein. Jess recommended whey because, I guess like the ones that come from like rice flour, or is it rice?
Well, yeah,
Peas,
plant based.
Plant-based. You only get like 60%
Yeah.
of the protein, or you only absorb 60%. I
Yeah.
don't know, something like that. So what's the one that what's
Orgain.
no
The Orgain plant-based protein is pretty
the
good.
grass-fed whey?
Oh, yeah. Stronger, faster, healthier is grass-fed whey.
Yeah, we're gonna get that one.
SFH.
SFH. That's the one.
SFH. It's good stuff. But anyway, so number 7, add a good fiber supplement, but he is a big believer on psyllium husk. You know, it's crazy. I've been taking psyllium husk tablets. I take 4 psyllium husk tablets with my first meal, and I've done it every single day along with 2 fish oils. I've been doing that for 10 years. And he said it improves gut health and it improves your cholesterol levels to take a fiber supplement. And psyllium husk is like the magic pill. And he said that you can actually get psyllium husk in powder form, put that in your shake.
Okay.
But it's really good. That's good fiber.
Okay. I'm gonna add that psyllium husk
Yeah, you should.
with all that protein I need. Help.
Uh-huh. Okay, he's got 2 more. And since this guy's the expert, I'm just going to tell you exactly what he said. Number 8, eat Greek yogurt for dessert.
Oh, I like Greek yogurt. That's
And throw some blueberries in it.
yes.
And he said it's rich in protein and calcium, and it ain't going to get you fat.
I just bought some Greek yogurt for you and I, and berries,
Ooh, I love you for that.
because that's going to be, and we have to eat before 7 though. If we're going to have our dessert, it's got to be before 7.
Ugh.
But that's going to be, or you know what is also really good? You can freeze Greek yogurt.
Oh,
That's more
that's
better
true.
in the summer.
You know what
It-
else? You can freeze. What did Lundy just freeze? Grapes.
Yeah.
That is an awesome
Although
dessert.
grapes are very high in sugar, so you couldn't have as much.
Yeah, but you walk right afterwards. Oh, that is one thing that we do. Try to walk at least 10 minutes
After you eat. Mm-hmm.
right after you eat,
Mm-hmm.
and that'll lower your blood sugar. Okay, so that was number 8 is eat Greek yogurt, and then number 9, add cardio at dead time. So he's big on, and Tori and I actually got one of these little tiny treadmills that doesn't even have railings to it. Put it in our bedroom, so we can actually watch something and take turns walking on it. It's really fun. And so his whole thing was if you combine entertainment with activity, it will actually increase your health exponentially.
Yeah.
So if you're going to read a book.
I would much rather. I love our walks. Like that to me is killing two birds with one stone. I get my words in that I need to get in on a daily basis with you. And we're getting our steps in after we eat. So I love it. That's my favorite.
I like it. Well, this is great. So that's it. There we go. Sweat together, stay together. When you guys do something that's difficult and you do it together, it'll actually draw you together. And being physically fit and paying attention to your nutrition, although it's a struggle, it'll draw you closer together and you'll be very happy that you did it. Mm-hmm. Do you have something for us?
I do. So for a recipe, so we're doing this challenge together as a gym. And so Ashley, one of my friends from CrossFit, on my way out today, told me about a healthy protein waffles that her and her family have been doing. And you were doing a bunch of stuff this afternoon. So I'm sorry that I didn't save you a bite, but I made them and they were so good. I ate every last bite of them.
Oh, I hate you.
I know, but you went out to lunch with somebody, so you were good. So it's from bitesofwellness.com. It's called Healthy Protein Waffles. I'll share it with you guys, but all it is egg whites, 3 egg whites, a banana mashed up, protein, a scoop of protein powder, a couple tablespoons of gluten-free flour and baking powder. You mix it all up and then you put it in your waffle maker. It was delicious. I put a little bit of what did I put on top? Not cashew butter. I had sunflower butter.
Oh, I love that.
But remember, you got to look at the ingredients if you're going to join us with this no seed oil that we're doing.
Oh, you can't have palm oil.
Yeah, so a lot of like peanut butter and like the cashew butter that I had in our cabinet today. Yeah. I had like
safflower oil.
Yeah, something like that. And then I grabbed the peanut butter. And it had palm oil.
No bueno.
No bueno. Can't do that. But then I found your trusty little sunflower butter.
Yep. And in my own private little fridge. In the room.
That is, kids are not allowed.
Green lid or yellow lid?
Green.
Oh, green lid. Yeah, that stuff tastes like crap.
It was actually really good. I liked it. I just drizzled because the other one has a little sugar in it, and I can't do sugar. That's so funny. It was full to the brim.
Yeah, she's like, wow, Jason doesn't like this.
But
stuff.
I needed like something with fat in it to make me full, and I just drizzled it on top. It was really, really, really good.
Yeah,
that's funny. It tastes like crap. So that recipe, I'll share it with you guys. It was really good. And it has a lot of protein in it.
Sweet. Oh, and lastly, Tori and I also did a really fun project where we bought a house and we totally renovated it. And did you post it all on social media?
Yeah, I just did today. I just
the before and after?
Some of the before and after. This house was it's the cutest house that we own. I love it so much. It's actually a bigger home than a lot of our rental properties. And I fell in love with this one. Like I could totally live there because it's in the cutest neighborhood. It's just some really, really nice house. It has like these wide streets with sidewalks on both sides. It's just a beautiful
It's like the neighborhood on Father of the Bride.
Yes. When I pulled in, I went by myself. You were like out of town and I found this one. And I was like, it's so cute.
Did you turn on the Father of the Bride soundtrack?
I did. I actually have a video. It's so funny. I was going back. I was literally humming that song as I was taking pictures of the street. I was sending it to you. I was just going back with some of the videos that I had. And it is the cutest little house. It was a little bit of a headache.
Yeah.
As some of these projects are, but we did it together and it was really fun to have a project to do together and to dream together, to go in there and to cast our vision on this house and make it happen together.
And we did it. Make it happen, Captain.
Yep.
All right, gang. Hey, thanks for hanging with us. It's always fun talking with you, although we don't really hear back from you, although we do on social media, et cetera, et cetera.
Well, you and I both are not good about being on social media,
so apologies
and responding. So, I'm sorry about that, guys. But we still got kids at home, and we don't have the time.
Priorities, gang. We love you. And if you're really trying to reach out to us, then reach out to my assistant, Deb at BenhamCompanies.com.
There you go.
If you really need us. So, All right. Hey, thanks for hanging with us. Don't forget, rate, review, subscribe. And if you haven't gotten our newest marriage book, Marriage A to Z, 30 Principles to Transform Your Relationship, go get it. It's on Amazon. It's cheap and it's fun.
It's the cutest book.
It is.
I love it.
Very
You could
fun.
literally throw it in your purse.
Yeah, you can. So, all right. We'll talk to you next week.
See you guys.
Peace.
But